Welcome to
The
Dunmers
Emancipating
Divines.
Scion. Right. As we left off, you and Nalos have opted to continue on across the Foyata to the Dwemer ruin of Arkanthan.
Been dark.
Sure.
Been dark.
Sure. So you do start off of this map. There is a hill around here. So you don't have a good view of the rest of the ruin until you make it around that corner.
Okay.
So essentially, you currently have no line of sight with anything in the ruin.
Cool. I keep an ear out.
Okay. Perception check.
$19.
Okay. You, from where you are, which you don't have a solid line of sight, but keeping an ear out, you can hear solid, like, sounds like thunk, thunk, coming from potentially a few different locations just around the corner. You know you're very close to where this alleged Dwemer ruin is.
Okay. Quarterstaff in one hand, short sword in the other hand. I got long strider on me. I got armor of Agathis. I've got aid. I'm concentrating. Wait, how many is darkness? Up to 10 minutes. Cool, I cast darkness now.
Okay, what do you cast darkness on?
My I'm gonna tie my short sword with some rope. Okay, and I'm gonna I cast it on the short sword, and while I'm scouting, I'm gonna leave the short swords. I'm gonna step out of range of the darkness, but I can pull the short swords to me in an object interaction if I need.
Alrighty, so, are you stealthing at all?
Yep.
Okay. Roll stealth then.
And Nelos. Okay. Ajira is holding action to cast Sanctuary on me. Should anything bad happen.
Okay.
Cool. Stealth. Let's go. Free.
Okay, yeah, so very confident in your stealth abilities. You round the corner. You see the ruined and rusted exteriors of a combination of metal and stone buildings. It seems as if the first few layers tend to be stone, and then metal to for the higher levels.
It's like how many floors up am I seeing?
It's not nothing is a complete construction. However, the highest points go up to about 30 feet.
It's like 3 floors.
Yes.
Okay.
So the walls curve inward and have large round spaces cut with slits.
Does it look like 2 floors with a roof, or 3 floors and the roof is just gone?
It's not a fully roofed-in space. It doesn't look like it ever was. It's more looks like a fortified entrance to an underground location. So these are curtain walls that have now fallen apart.
I tell Nelos, if those machines are still working in the open air like this, they gotta be rust they gotta be rust free. We can make a lot of money out of those gears and stuff.
You're right. Not a bad idea. Your AC is higher than 18?
It is now.
Okay. Your shield reflects off a ballista bolt that otherwise would have skewered your leg.
Okay, where is it coming from?
Right here.
Cool. Object interaction. Okay, first I'm going to move. Can you move me 40 feet closer to it? A straightest line. I gotta have like it. I know it has line of sight on me. Because it shot at me. So I'm trying to see it.
So it there is a sort of globe at the top of this corner of the curtain wall with a sequence of narrow slits. You can't see inside, but something inside could certainly shoot out at you.
Okay. Cool. Action dash.
Right? It's 3/4 cover functionally.
Oh, so I can still shoot it.
Yeah, but
Just gets a what, +5 AC?
I think so. Yeah.
Cool. I am still gonna dash to get into total cover from it.
Okay.
It's on, like, it came from one of the upper floors.
Yeah.
So, like, if I'm able to get beneath it with an extra 40 feet of movement, I should be able to, like...
You're able to find a spot where the curtain wall has broken that breaks the line of sight with the globe, since this is elevated.
I keep an eye out. Are there other globes within sight of where I am now?
There are other globes that you notice. One here, here, and here. However, the structures here are enough to break the line of sight with this one.
Sounds good.
From where you are, these are smaller walls. They're about 10 feet high. You do have line of sight on this, which is another globe space larger than the ones that are elevated. This one is at ground level and has a large hemicircular opening that seems to be covered by a large hemispherical, perhaps door. It looks to be made of stone as opposed to metal, as a lot. It looks to be made of stone and doesn't look to be solid compared to the rest of the structure. Like, it looks like it could theoretically move independently.
Cool. And bonus action. I'm gonna I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna object interaction. Pull my thing towards me.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold on to my fixed steps.
Okay.
So that's me.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Did you have a Jiracast Sanctuary on you?
No. She'll cast it if darkness drops.
Okay. Let's see.
Is the thing within 10 feet of me now?
It's more than 10 feet away.
Okay.
It's also 30 feet up, so it would be...
Staircase?
There are none that are intact.
Okay.
It seems a little stuck.
In this case, I will use face step to get up there. That's my bonus action on this turn.
Okay.
So, cool. I'd like to. So, what does it look like? And with the extra movement of phase step, like in diagonal, could I just get behind it if it is like mounted? It's a mounted cannon type thing.
I'll grant you. I'll be lenient and say that you face stepped from here and then had movement enough left to get within range if you'd like.
Okay.
Just so that you can utilize that diagonal. So it looks like this. So it is a ballista mounted on spider legs.
So it's able to rotate.
It's able to rotate. It even probably is able to move. And it also has mechanisms that appear to self-reload.
Okay. Large creature or medium?
This is... Oh, it actually should be large. It's large.
Okay. So harder to push it.
Yes. Okay. So that's where you want to finish. It does also have a trail of steam releasing from the central engine and in the center of it.
Okay. Does it count? Never mind. Cool. Right. This is yours.
Okay. Yes.
That's my turn. I've used action and bonus action by dashing.
And movement. Okay. Cool. Then it is the ballista's turns. So I did say that you were in cover from here.
Yeah.
But this is open air.
Yep.
Because all of these are low walls.
Yep.
So you are, let's see, especially after movement on that one, within sight lines of all of these three.
That's fair.
And that one's there. So first, let's roll the attacks for the ones at range.
Disadvantage.
Yes. So that's miss. That's only 13. And so, okay. So all of those miss. And then we're going to vent steam. 15-foot radius of steam centered on itself, so you're definitely within that. The area becomes heavily obscured, but it already can't see you. Each creature in the sphere, including the ballista, takes 3d6 fire damage. The steam lasts 1 minute or until a wind disperses it. So 3d6, it's going to be 10 points of fire damage.
That does, okay, is that a, melee attack?
No.
I am in melee.
Yes. It is not a attack. It is an effect.
Okay. Would it still burst my armor of Angaphis towards it because the steam is coming from its vents?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Okay,
Cool.
so yeah, it armor of Agathis is...
So it takes 5 cold damage. I'm also going to absorb elements.
Okay.
To gain resistance. You have resistance to the triggering damage type until the start of your next turn. So I have resistance to fire for this. So
Okay.
how much damage?
10.
Is that before?
Oh, sorry. 5.
Cool. So all I lose is the armor of Agathis. Still, I don't lose any HP, so I'm not rolling concentration.
Okay. Cool.
Did I have to do a saving throw?
Nope.
It just automatically. Okay, cool. But it hurts itself, so that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. On my turn, I am going to. What's the range on minor illusion? I think it's 30 feet. Yeah. All of those are farther away than me from me than 30 feet. Are they within 30 feet of one another?
No.
Okay. What about these two?
No.
Okay. Cool. No worries. Okay. I am going to.
Oh, concentration for darkness.
No. I only lost the temporary HP from Armor of Agathis. Exactly the 5 HP. If you'd done less than that, I could have. The Armor of Agathis could still do damage next turn too. Cool. I'm gonna hit it with a quarterstaff.
Okay.
So does I do have advantage? Because it doesn't see me in supernatural darkness.
Correct.
Cool. So 18.
That hits.
That I do 5 bludgeoning damage plus the extra. The first time I hit with melee attack on the next turn, I deal an extra 1d6 fire damage, and the spell ends.
Okay. So you said you did how much bludgeoning?
5.
Okay.
And 4 fire damage.
Okay. It looks almost in perfect condition. If anything, the fire damage seems to have sort of buffed out the edge where you had bludgeoned it.
Did it look like it healed? Did it look like in better condition when it vented its steam?
Well, it didn't look. It did seem like the Armor of Agathis did briefly affect it, but the steam. Well, when you attacked it, it looked to be in perfect condition again. And now it is almost perfect. You can just see like the edge of where you bludgeoned it,
cool.
But barely.
Cool. I am going to cast Minor Illusion.
Is that a bonus action?
I am going to use 2 sorcery points because I've got Quicken spell to cast Minor Illusion.
Okay.
Okay. The Minor Illusion is looks like Gladius, just like within the I think it's 5x5, like just hugging his knees within the area of Minor Illusion, but like still with his weapons, right? Staying in melee range of that thing.
Okay.
Okay. And then I am going to okay. Oh, also sneak attack damage because I have advantage against it. Okay. Cool. Sneak attack damage. 6 points of sneak attack.
Okay.
Alright. Object interaction. I'm gonna tie my short sword to something, and then I'm gonna carefully rappel. I'm gonna use my movement to get down safely to the ground by the
athletics.
Yes. And I got advantage from my belt. Natural 20.
Okay. Yeah. You managed to get down the somewhat deteriorating ruins, and because you rolled a nat 20, you take no damage from them.
Cool. Can I, because thanks to natural 20, like dislodge the cool.
Sure.
So next, so I'm still in darkness and I've got cover from all of those things.
But you do take an attack of opportunity. Ba-bum.
That's true, with disadvantage.
You're fine.
Cool. Okay, that's my turn.
Excellent. Okay. So,
I should have waited to minor illusion next turn. Oh well.
So, here's the thing. Like, minor illusion can either be visual or sound.
Yep.
Yes?
It's not both.
It's not both. And you're not trying to be stealthy. You're clanking around. And
Sure.
the darkness bubble is moving with you. This one isn't going to be able to get a clear shot at you anyway, so I think it is going to spend its turn making a slam attack on the illusion.
What? It's not gonna do the steam thing that damages it again?
I failed the recharge.
Oh, okay. I was hoping that I could trick it into killing itself by having a minor illusion target near it for a while.
But once again, it looked more hurt after you hit it with a staff than it did after it released the steam thing.
Yeah. I mean, if it's healing from the fire, that damage, that's really bad for me. But if it is, in fact, doing damage to itself, then I might be able to get it with minor illusions of, like, Gladius or, smaller creature going in to attack it. So, like, that's Gladius's plan right now.
Bad news for you either way, though, is that it failed its recharge.
Yeah.
So slam attack and reveals this to be an illusion as it moves directly through it.
I think that the minor illusion pretends to be material and is just making fun of the machine.
Sure. Let's see. These walls are definitely going to give you cover from these two. However, this one has a super clear shot at you. So.
But my short sword's back here, so disadvantage.
Yep. So that's a fail.
Cool.
Can I get a perception check from you?
No. I am in the bubble of darkness, and my blind sight is 10 feet. So
Okay. Never mind. You're not close enough.
I rolled 18, so maybe I hear something, but okay, cool.
Nope. Sorry.
It's all good. My turn?
Yep.
One, two, three, four, five. Within cover of all of them.
Right there, yeah.
Okay. If they move to these locations, would I still?
I think this one from here.
There's still this wall right
Yeah.
here. So I could stay in.
Yeah, I think you could theoretically stay here basically forever.
Okay. Excellent. I'm going to. Can I, as a bonus action? It's not an attack. I'm just throwing the short sword away from me so that I can have line of sight on those things and check that I am well within. Okay, cool. And
Yeah, bonus action, then object interaction. I'll even let you drag it back to you.
sounds good. I am going to cast other minor illusions, on the ledges to try to get it to come over, slip and fall. Try to observe when it releases steam if it heals what little damage I did do to it with the sneak attack.
Okay.
So I'm not considering myself in combat necessarily.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I'm just like observing the properties of those machines to the best of my ability.
Okay, so it sort of stumbles around targeting your illusions as they appear every round, and mostly is slamming them, but every now and then does stop. Now you don't have line of sight here.
Yeah.
Because this is up top, but you do hear a of steam.
I think like on my turn I'm gonna do my best to move in this direction to catch a glimpse of it and see and get a sense of did it heal itself.
Okay, you're gonna have to roll a perception check. I'm gonna set the DC at 20 since you're having to observe it through an arrow slit.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Perception. 12.
Okay, you have no idea.
Cool.
At a minimum, it's still moving.
Yep, that makes sense. I'm gonna transfer 2 level 1 spell slots into sorcery points. Ooh. Do I get line of sight on it? Even though I can't necessarily observe that it has healed itself, but do I get line of sight on it?
I mean, it's still behind 3/4 cover.
Yeah, cool. I am going to cast command on it. Come.
Read the text for command.
You use a one-word command to a creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. It has no effect if the target is undead, if it doesn't understand your language, or if the command is directly harmful to it.
Okay. It does not seem to follow, or it does not do anything.
Okay, do I still spend that spell slot?
Yeah, you cast the spell.
Okay. So I'm like, oh, they don't have any means of following. They don't have any means of coming down on those platforms that doesn't involve fall damage, which is a very good piece of information for me. That's gonna be my turn.
Okay. It is still true that none of them have a good line of sight on you.
Yep.
So, basically, unless you are re-entering the space, I don't feel the need to bring back turns so much.
If I... Okay, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... So, if I was here, I would still be in cover from all of the other 3, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna move to here. I'm going to action geyser.
Okay.
Bonus action, aim the geyser at it to try to make it fall from its perch.
Okay. So reminder that this is all wall.
Yes, I got it. I'm gonna try. Okay, in this case, I'm gonna place myself here to try to draw it to like this, where I could like push it off from there next turn. And I am like dodging doesn't do much because I've already got darkness on. Yeah, I just try to draw it to that position, and that's my turn for now.
Okay. So from where you are, it is going to shoot a bolt at you.
Wait, it can. Oh.
Arrow slits. Once again, it's only 3/4 cover, but it misses.
Okay, so drawing it out is not. Can I'm gonna minor illusion little Gladys here
Okay.
to try to like draw it there. Yeah.
It's going to shoot a ballista bolt at your minor illusion.
That's fair. That's the problem with solo campaigns. It can't be another player's turn while I'm like, what the fuck do I do?
That takes time. Unfortunately, well, I guess maybe fortunately, all of my turns are very fast because I shoot a ballista bolt.
Okay, so I've got 3 solutions. They can't have unlimited ballista bolts. This isn't a video game. I would like to deceive the other 3 into shooting this one by casting a minor illusion of like a gremlin-like creature climbing on top of it and like stabbing it. It itself will very likely like realize it is a minor illusion, but I'm hoping that like the distance and the fact that like it doesn't need to physically interact with any parts of the cannon that are like if it's stabbing it in a part that the others can't see, they can like see that it's causing sparks but not necessarily realize it's an illusion.
Roll deception.
Hey, can I have Nilos helping me, like giving me pointers on deception?
No. The only reason I'm still letting you, like I am just saying roll deception is because that's also your spellcasting modifier. If you were a wizard, I'd have you roll deception with your intelligence.
My spell.
You're a charisma caster, so it's the same. So.
Well, but I have proficiency in spell in.
I know, but it would just be like if you were a cleric, it would be deception.
Cool.
But with wisdom.
So, 13. What's their passive insight?
Passive insight is just a 10. So, yeah, they are going to shoot some bolts.
Yes.
Plus 6 to hit, so that's 1. 3 hits. Okay, Jesus Christ.
You're gonna say how much damage it is, and I'm gonna be so happy I didn't get hit once by those things.
Okay, so that's 57 points of damage. Okay, but at this point they realize that it is not a real gremlin because there's no like traction through the illusion. So 69. Okay. It has been a fair amount of time, so I think this one, after receiving those hits, is going to vent steam again. Which, given the amount of damage it just took, it's a lot easier to see that, yes, venting steam seems to also be healing it.
So absorb elements, extra damage was like not good for me.
Absorbing the damage was great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Using the damage, less so.
Cool. My turn?
Yep.
Cool. I am going to create, so like, I'm wait for the steam to dissipate, and then I'm gonna create a little, like, a big Quama that is doing the same thing that the little gremlin was doing, because it's like, oh, the gremlin was an illusion, but this is a different creature, to try to trick them into shooting it into like finishing it off. So deception.
Sure.
17.
Okay. On the basis that this is related to a different trick and that you are masquerading this as a beast that is like native to the area, that one does not work.
Okay, got it. Well, I'm just gonna try with different like little creatures until I do get them to shoot it down.
Okay, I'm telling you over the table, every time you try this, the DC like increases because this is becoming a familiar pattern.
Yes, that's fair. I'm absolutely okay with that. Because the more they're doing this, the more they're letting their guards down for when I like move in to attack it or something.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So I'm gonna have a little version of Gladius climbing from like behind, like from on top of the wall, and just like jumping on it and being like without the sounds.
Can it move? Doesn't it have to stay within the same space?
Okay. If you create an image of an object, such as a chair, muddy footprints, or a small chest, it must be no larger than a 5-foot cube. The image can't create sound, light, smell, or any other sensory effect. Physical interaction with the image reveals it to be an illusion, as things can pass through it. If a creature uses its action to examine the sound or image, the creature can determine it is an illusion with an investigation check against your spell DC. If a creature discerns the illusion for what it is, illusion becomes faint to the creature.
Doesn't say anything about whether or not it can move, but it does say object. So I'm tempted to say that like your image has to be stationary.
Cool. I'm gonna have it be a like small mechanical like spider, but with like colors of a different metal, and I'm gonna hope those metal spiders are racist. Can I roll deception again?
Yeah, this is now your third attempt, so it'll be a DC 15, but go ahead.
7.
Okay.
I'm gonna try again, and I make it look like an explosive's attached on top of it.
Okay. DC 17.
Let's go.
Okay, so this, let's see, attached to it. Yeah, they are all going to target the, see, that's tough, because it's an explosive. Like, I don't even know if they would necessarily do anything in that particular situation. I think this one is going to try to basically like slam against the wall to knock it off. So that's going to be, yeah. Well, it does a slam against its wall, and it does 9 points of bludgeoning to its own defense. But
yeah, the others aren't necessarily like trying to shoot off an explosive that's attached to it. That makes sense. I'm trying to like think of objects that it would make sense for you to like try to shoot down off of your ally. Okay, I am gonna try one more time. I'm gonna manifest it as a mage hand holding an axe.
okay.
Cool. Alright, so DC 19?
Yep.
9. I have no chance of advantage, I imagine? Okay, cool. And then, next turn, I'm gonna grab a little satchel and put enough ball bearings in there for like a 5x5 square. And then, or actually like, no, I'm gonna just put my, yeah, okay, hold on, let me check. Ball bearings, a single bag is, oh, the weight is not significant. Interesting. Okay, I'm basically going to put ball bearings around it so that when it's, and then try to draw its attention on this side so that when it is maneuvering, it has a chance of like falling off of its platform.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the ball bearings up there thanks to the mage hand, which might prompt those creatures to either they'll be like, oh, it's another illusion and not shoot the mage hand, or they might still shoot at their ally. So
I mean, I think they are, let's see, one of them's going to use a turn to try to tell if that's an illusion. You hear like a series of like chirps, and then the other two are going to both target the mage hand specifically, which
my spell save DC is 13.
Okay.
If that's like could represent the difficulty of hitting the mage hand.
So yeah, the bolts both would pass through the mage hand. I would have had to have them miss in order to hit their own companion, pretty substantially, probably. Yeah. So mage hand gets torn through. Your bag spills caltrops and ball bearings everywhere.
Everywhere where I wanted it to go?
Sure.
Yes. Okay, cool. And then I'm gonna try to get this thing to like turn around to aim at me. I'm gonna move my sphere of darkness like in a place where it could aim at me on the slit, and I'm gonna try to like get it to slip and fall off of the platform.
Okay.
That's my game plan here.
Okay. The ball bearings are the slip ones. Could you read me the text on that real quick? Assume some kind of DC.
What? Yeah. I think it's a dex save. Let me.
'Cause I was pretty sure it's a dex save to be knocked prone.
Yes. Yes, I'm stretching the definition of prone a little bit here.
I mean, it is at least 5 feet away from the edge of the structure in any direction.
It's also a DC 10 dex saving throw to avoid falling prone.
So it does fall prone. Have it this way to demonstrate that. However, it does remain on top of its platform.
Okay.
But it's not able to shoot at you because it's prone and the mechanics of the ballista.
Yeah. I'm like, I know that this place is probably an entrance and that I could like, but I don't want to be like wounded in the dungeon and having to take fire as I'm coming out.
Well, it's a good thing that you have a spell scroll of OMCV intervention.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna. But I don't want to use it.
Fair enough.
And
you know that these things are out here. You've done a pretty decent job of evading being hit by them.
Yep. Cool. I would like to. So that was both of my plans that didn't involve using minor illusions and mage hands until they run out of ballista bolts. So on to plan 3, using minor illusions and mage hands until they run out of ballista bolts.
Okay. They stop targeting your minor illusions pretty quickly. They're pretty conscious of the fact this is something you're using. So if they don't see either you or your sphere of darkness, they're not shooting. Mage hands, similarly, if they're not holding anything, they're not going to target it.
Oh yeah, I'm throwing the mage hands in there with like some red candles, with the ABCs for barbarians. Like I'm throwing objects in there to try to get them to waste their ammunitions. Like maybe this thing, maybe it is a dangerous thing that is like red candles look like sticks of dynamite from this distance.
Okay. I mean, they're ballistas, so their vision's pretty good. They... You're getting about 1 bolt from the 4 of them every time, because that's enough to destroy whatever's being held.
Yeah.
So yeah, you are incredibly slowly working through the supply of ballista bolts that they have had
for centuries.
For centuries, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, those do look like they're made out of gold-ish metals. That's gonna, like, picking up all of those ballista bolts in itself might be, like, worth the trouble. But I'm basically trying. So, question for you: how many objects would you say it takes before I like? Actually, you know what? The mage hand starts to pick up the ballista bolts and to carry them towards this thing as if to like stab it with.
They're more than 10 pounds.
So how many 10 pounds and less objects will it take for them to become to run out of bolts?
Let's see. Are you still shrouded in darkness?
For 10 minutes?
Okay. Can I get a perception check?
Through the darkness?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
This is auditory.
13.
Okay. Yeah, you don't notice anything. However,
do I still hear the shooting?
well, yeah. The shooting you hear, Beat. That's the only thing that you're hearing, as well as the occasional tick 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 tick, thunk, as they readjust their positioning to target. But that's the only sound you hear, and the entire 10 minutes will pass without them running out of bolts, unless you choose to do something else.
Tell them else. Damn, they have a lot of. They've got a lot of bolts. You think those are gonna sell for a lot?
Maybe.
Okay. I'm gonna check off a bunch of objects. So red candles, all destroyed. The book, The Pilgrimage of the Seven Virtues, is destroyed. I'm gonna sacrifice my quarter pound of useful herbs. I don't have the fancy romance glove of Marianne anymore. Boom, boom, boom. And then ABCs for barbarians gets destroyed, and then a bunch of enough ball bearings. Okay, about 1,000 ball bearings.
Okay.
Cool. I'll have to buy more ball bearings in the future. Okay. I am gonna as the darkness fades, I'm gonna try to get an update. Try to see where they're holding this many bolts on their personage.
As the darkness fades and you try to get a look, you notice smaller constructs shaped like spiders, some of which have pincers that are holding the bolts underneath them and running back up to the ballistas. They will keep going forever.
That's fair. I'm gonna start shooting down the little ones.
Okay. With what?
Ray of Frost.
Okay.
I'm gonna start shooting down the little ones while staying in cover of the big ones.
Okay. So you're gonna have to basically be here and jumping in and out.
Yeah. I like. So I put on some steampunk music, and Steampunk Station has a little bit of whimsy to it, and me shooting down the little ones and being what is this bullshit? Feels very appropriate to the whimsy.
Okay. You know what? I like this idea well enough. These guys aren't really so much trying to enter combat with you as they are to be support for the ones that can really fucking kill you.
Yeah.
I feel relatively confident that you'll be able to take them out, thus eventually running them out of bolts with the rest of your strategy.
Nice.
So I'm willing to call this here of you run them out of bolts. The ground is scattered, but it takes for fucking ever.
Yeah. Already 10 minutes, I was that's what? 100. That's 100 attacks. That's 100 bolts per thing. I'm they're not that. They're large creatures, but they're not that big. They're not carrying around 100. So
100, 10 pounds plus.
Yeah.
Ballistic, 11 pounds each.
I'm gonna inspect the bolts that's one of the bolts that is on the floor to be is this, is this still sharp? Is this still is it made out of the weird ancient metal metal that all of those things are made out of?
So yes, it is made of the same like bronze-colored metal as the rest of these. It feels heavier than it should. You haven't been in a lot of contact with ballista bolt-sized hunks of metal, but this still feels it looks like it should be like 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Like it's the size of your quarterstaff, but it weighs 11 pounds. It's huge, it's heavy, and very unwieldy. They're about 3 feet long each.
Nice.
But for sure, this is a valuable metal resource, you're aware. And like armor made and weapons made from this sells for quite a bit.
Yeah.
If you could carry this stuff back to town, you could probably sell it for a decent amount.
Yeah. I'm gonna say to Nelos, we can forget about the puzzle box for today. Let's go rent a cart and an ox.
Are you sure? What's the chances that they have more bolts and more spider drones inside and don't just restock by the time we get back?
Alright. You go and grab the cart and the ox. I'll collect all of those bolts in a pile over here.
I have a better idea. Nochien.
Yeah, perfect. Okay,
Sending stones.
okay, just like tell her to be careful, or to like hire someone from the Fighters Guild to like escort her through this.
He gets back and says,
She hired a cart. She's not coming herself.
Yeah, okay, cool. She's sending a cart.
so a guy with a guar and a wagon is on his way.
Cool. So yeah, we gather all of those things and we're gonna lock them in there. And I'm going to like be on the lookout for smaller spiders that might have like put crossbow bolts back in there, and then I'm going to like walk over to this door right there.
Okay. So this seems, once again, it does seem like there is a seam between the exterior stone and this interior stone, which upon closer inspection has some kind of mosaic on it. It seems to be depicting, it's a different art style than anything else that you've seen, but let's see if I can get like Dwemer mosaic image. Okay.
Right.
So, this person in the top left is standing, holding a scepter on what seems to be some kind of mound, and
The staff of Magus.
the paint itself is monochromatic. It's just in a sort of dark bronze color on the paler stone. But there is there is obviously a difference between the stone of the door and the stone of the rest of the structure. However, the seam is so small that you're not able to get so much as like a pinky nail through. Very tight fitting.
So my crowbar isn't.
No, would not have enough to get through.
Where's the chime of opening when you need one?
Indeed.
I'm gonna try to use the decanter of Endless Waters like geyser and see if like sufficient friction from the water along the curve of this thing pushes it open enough for me to put in a crowbar. It's a long shot, but well.
Roll a luck die. We're gonna say if you can roll a 20 on this, that you get some push.
12.
Okay, so no. The water just splashes back around.
Do you have a lockpicking kit, Nils?
I do, but I don't see a lock.
A shit out of knock. I don't have the knock spell or a chime of opening. Maybe there's a mechanism somewhere nearby. Let's investigate.
Okay. You do have advantage on that thanks to Nilos.
Yes. If I don't hit it, is this dungeon over? 15.
Yeah. Yeah, you find a small crank over here. It's impossible to say for sure what it'll do, but it seems to be close to the door.
Gladys doesn't think twice. In fact, he barely thinks once. He sees a crank, he starts to like.
Okay. As you turn it, you hear the rumbling of stone moving, and the door opens.
Okay. Now don't go in there yet. If I let go of the thing, does it start to like close back?
Yeah, the crank continues spinning. The door seems to make a full rotation and slide back into its previous position.
Oh, okay. So like it just fully closes, even if I hold the crank into place.
If you were trying to hold the crank in place, roll athletics.
Let's do it. 18.
18 doesn't do it. It keeps moving.
I'm gonna use my rope to try to.
Use your what?
Rope.
Okay.
To try to like hold it into place.
Is that a hemp rope?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm doing a few loops around it.
Okay. It is not enough to keep the crank from continuing to move.
Cool. I'm gonna say, all right, boulder it is, and we're gonna like pile some rocks on the entrance, like to sort of like jam the door open. Like I don't want to enter this place and be like, the crank on the other side is broken and we're gonna starve or use the spell of or use the divine intervention, because I can't take Nellis with me if I divine intervention. So yeah, even if it takes a while, we're gonna like block the mechanism with stones and debris. It's a ruin. There should be enough.
So when you try blocking it with just like boulders and debris, the stone of the door basically smashes through it. The door itself is substantially larger than the opening, so you will have to basically wear away like 2 feet of solid stone in order to like be able to have some degree of opening. When it's fully shut, it's just splitting rocks.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, this is a big nutcracker. Okay, well.
You do. Nilos does say, like observing, I think I can see a crank on the inside.
Alright, why don't you go inside and see if the crank on the inside does work, while I stay out here, and if I hear you yelling for your life, I'll know that the crank on the inside doesn't work.
Okay. So you operate the crank. You sure you don't want to be the one testing going inside?
I mean, if Nelos objects to my plan, I will definitely.
He does, like, he thinks about it and suggests, perhaps, given you've got a few more skills than I,
Sure.
we don't know what to expect on the other side of the door. Okay. So he takes his position by the crank. You are ready outside the door. He gets it turning, the stone rumbles and moves, and you step inside and we switch maps.
Yeah, there's a chance I'll be coming back to this map very often.
Okay. I mean, this is, I think, a decent opportunity for a base of operations.
Oh yeah.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking that if I can lure the enemies into the path of the door that crushes stones, then that's an easy win.
Okay. So, as you step inside, a ring of lights appears in the center of the stone dome as the door closes behind you. You hear a pneumatic hiss coming from around and feel air begin to blow.
I'm gonna first try the crank so that Nella's gonna come inside with me.
At least right now, the crank does not move.
Okay. Get me out of here! I bang on the door.
You bang on the door. The door does not move. Nalos does still have the sending stone as well because he was the one that contacted Marianne.
Yeah, but I don't. Marianne has the other sending stone.
Exactly. A few moments later, you hear pounding on the other side of the stone, and Nalos yelling, "Gladius!"
I'm here.
I can't! It won't move! More air is blowing into the space.
I hold my breath.
Okay.
Is the air that's blowing in hot?
It is warm.
Okay. Is it like, does it look like it's venting steam or like
It's not hot, it's warm.
Yeah. Did it smell anything poisonous while I was...
I mean, do you activate detect poison and disease?
Yes.
Okay. This is not a poisonous gas.
Okay, do I detect any poison or disease?
No.
Okay. Sounds good. In this case...
The air motion increases steadily until it comes to a point where all of your clothes are sort of shaking and ducts open up in the floor, and you can see all the debris and dust from outside is being blown down and away from you.
Okay, is there like a stairwell, a door?
Nope.
It's getting blown downwards from me into what?
Like little vents, slits in the floor. Everything is blown downwards off of you into the underground vent, which very small and stone covered by metal, which the metal is currently retracted on the opposite side.
I'm gonna. You said it was a circle of lights.
Yep.
That appeared.
Inside the floor.
Are they fire?
They do not look like fire. They don't look like mage lights either. It looks like there's some kind of filament, but it's certainly nothing that you've ever seen before.
Cool. Alright, decanter of endless water. It's your time to shine. I'm gonna start just filling the vents, flooding the vents with water to try to do something to one of the mechanisms or drown anything that I can inside of the dungeon.
Okay, cool.
I do that for an hour.
So the door does not remain. Oh, I mean, I guess you can do that for an hour if you'd like. But after about 2 minutes of being thoroughly blown, a metal door in the side of this dome slides open.
Okay. If I use the crank, does that open the? Can I use the crank now?
Yep. You use the crank again. The stone door, or the metal door, slides closed first. The stone door slides open. It continues on the same route that it had been doing previously.
So I get out of there and I'm Okay, so I can't use this revolving door as an effective weapon. Heard. Once we're back outside, I say, let's first go and sell all of those giant arrowheads. And...
Are you still sure? We don't know that they won't restock, and then we'll be in the same position.
Yeah, and we handled it really well the first time. Like, if they keep shooting, like, money at us, like, that's good. Like, depending on how expensive that stuff is, that's just good for us, Nelos.
Fair enough. Okay, the two of you load up.
We're heading back to town with a cart full of expensive ballista bolts.
Yeah, so you have 100. We'll say 150. They weren't all firing every time, but they all had, whatever 150 divided by 4 is.
Let's say 160 plus, and 10 of them were broken beyond salvaging, or stuck into the walls so thoroughly that
you couldn't get them out. Yeah, I like that. So they all had about 40. That makes sense to me.
150, and you said how many pounds?
They're all 11 pounds, but you do have a cart.
All right, for my total equipment weight right now is 1,791 pounds. I am lucky that I'm very happy for that poor Guar and the cart and the cart driver.
Yeah. The afternoon rolls on. The ballistas are still moving ominously on the curtain wall, but none of them seem to have a way to get down.
Yeah, yeah. We established that when I commanded one of them to come, and they didn't.
Well, at a minimum, you established that you don't have a shared language with it.
That too. That also, yeah. Well, Gladys. Gladys comes to certain conclusions, but
the animiculi have impotent rage, as it were, at least as much as a robot can have.
I actually wave at them. I'm like, bye. Are they still doing the? Or does it look like they're?
Yeah, they're auto loading mechanism. There's just nothing coming out.
That's hilarious too.
Okay, yeah. So the driver comes up with his cart. He says, "Souk, Rolly, souk," and the guar comes to a stop, bends down, and tears out some of the foliage from the side of the road. It's craggy and scraggly, but its flat teeth begin destroying it, and you see the one eye from the side of its great bulbous head sort of turns independently and watches you while it sort of dumbly chews.
I said a cart with an ox. Why?
There's no oxen in Vardenfell.
All right. Well, I will be behind the cart, for on the lookout for any dangerous things. But we're gonna load it. I asked the cart driver, "Hello, what's your name?"
I'm Telos.
Oh, this is Nelos.
Oh, what a coincidence.
By the way, that's a guar, in case you don't have a solid
I
memory.
drew one. Don't
That's
you remember?
right. Yes, you did.
The armored guar. Telos.
And this is Rolly.
He says, giving the guar's shoulder a pat. He looks around and says,
Rolly?
Roly. Like roly-poly-oly.
Rolly the guar. Okay, got it. Well, thank you very much for coming. Great job finding your way here, and let's go make some money. What's your hourly rate?
Oh, that's actually a good question. Well, it can't be that much different than
I'm finding good services. Let's see what comes up.
He's gonna charge you 5 silver. But when that was the price listed for.
I pay him double.
Yeah. So he gets a gold. But when he looks at the quantity of things around, he says, "It seems like this is a quite profitable operation. I was simply told to bring a cart to this location. I would like to suggest, if you want me and Rolly here to carry this all the way back to Balmora, a 10% fee seems reasonable."
Okay. Yeah. Let's. I'm not much of a salesperson, so let's say 20% of the profit if you find us a buyer.
Deal.
Okay. All right. Let's go, Tilos. Pleasure doing business with you, man. We didn't even have to step into the dungeon to make a profit. Let's go.
Okay. As you say, let's go, Nilos nods and jumps down to start picking up bolts. The driver stays exactly where he is.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I mean, it's he's already going above and beyond by helping us find a buyer. So I'm just chucking bolts into the cart.
It is hot, sweaty work. The skies begin to cloud over, and you get what could qualify as a light ash storm.
What's an ash storm?
An ash storm, I'm glad you asked. It's a little bit like a sandstorm, but made out of ash. It's not too bad. Mostly your the area around you becomes lightly obscured, and everything you feel disgusting. Your entire body, especially as you're getting sweaty, the ash is sort of clinging to you and making movement slightly more difficult. Rolly keeps his eyes and mouth closed mostly and seems to be relatively fine. Talos takes a scarf and pulls it up over his nose and mouth, as well as lowering his hat down over his ears so that there's just a slight slit where his eyes are that still pokes out.
I'm gonna put a scarf. I'm gonna take my helmet off, put on a scarf, put the helmet back on, and then I'm gonna cast Long Strider on Rolly to get back into town faster.
Okay. Nalos also has a neck leather helm that he normally chooses not to wear, but takes out and puts it on, and it covers his full face and has little goggle glasses, so he's entirely covered.
All right. Let's go back to town. I keep an eye out while we're in the ash storm, just making sure we don't get attacked and making sure this monster doesn't get close to me. Can I cast Long Strider from a distance?
I believe it is touch.
Huh?
I believe it is touch.
It is a touch spell. I touch the tip of its tail.
Okay. Nalos suggests that he ride with the driver and you keep an eye on the wares to make sure nothing falls off the back. Yeah. The 4 of you cross back over the Foyata. As soon as you are getting a little closer to Balmora, the storm seems to die down. You're out of the more volcanic regions. It is otherwise just a hot, sunny day, but you can sort of see the cloud of ash that's pushed its way down the mountain as you pull away from the storm.
I think once we get to Bulgora, I'm like, this was nasty. I sound like a local now.
Not quite. You'll get there. The Dunmer have a particular structure in their neck, someone told me once, that adapts to the ash. Makes it easier to breathe.
Makes sense.
Nalos looks at you, looks at Talos, looks at the river as you're crossing it, and says, "Hold on, strip out of anything that would weigh you down." He takes his boots off, but otherwise keeps his leather armor on, and dives into the river.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on shallow ground, but I'm gonna like staying in my armor just. Like I'm not.
So you wade in.
Yeah, like we're still in the wilds. I'm not taking my armor off when we're surrounded with nature. But I will also splash some water on top of the ballista bolts because I want them looking like nice and shiny. And I'm gonna spend parts like once we do get into Balmora, I'm gonna hop onto the cart and start casting mending on the most damaged things, just like the extra, going the extra mile to get to like present some good product wherever we're going.
Okay.
What do you think, blacksmith?
Well, it's really between Meldor and Wayne at the Finers Guild. Just depends on what Meldor can offer us.
Sounds good.
Talos rumbles his cart into town, says,
traveling the streets with this might be somewhat difficult. I'll try Meldor first. Stay here. Keep an eye on Rolly.
I will keep both eyes on Rolly, and the merchandise too. So that's Telos.
Yeah.
Is going to go and talk to the person. I say, Nellis, Nellis, why don't you stay here, and I'm gonna step away from the guar, and I'm gonna go with this person, and I'm like, hey, listen, I can help you get a very good price.
Nalos nods
very
and waves you. So you and Talos, I really should have picked a better name, that's fine. Walk. Telos, yes. Telos. Go through town, you approach the stairs up to the Diamond District. So you're still, you're actually quite close to the Mages and Fighters Guild, between the Ruby and Emerald districts, at the base of the hill leading up to the nice part of town, the really nice part of town. And he leads you into a smithy. It's quite big and elaborate in here. Inside, you see a very small wood elf. Well, for a wood elf, he's actually quite tall. He's only about an inch or two shorter than you. But his he wears a like sleeveless linen shirt with a leather apron over it, and like large leather gloves, and you can see his arms are bulging. This little elf is stacked. He walks up to you and says, "So how can I help?"
Hi, we're here to sell you
that armor and get something better, I can tell. I have many options in heavy and medium. Let's see. You're relatively standard size for a Dunmer. Could I perhaps interest you in... Ooh, perhaps some half plate would do well for you. Yes, yes.
I'd like full plate, please, but I don't have the coin for it right now. We're actually here to sell you some expensive Dwemer metals.
This is raw material, yes? Not processed Dwemer goods?
It is processed.
This is raw material, yes. Not processed Dwemer goods?
I turn towards Telos.
All processed Dwemer goods are property of the Empire.
Yes. They raw and unrefined, and we kind of just yes.
Dwemer ore, excellent. Well,
Dwemer or what?
ore.
Or what?
Dwemer.
So Dwemer or Dwemer?
Dwemer ore.
Or what?
Or... You have one smart friend here, don't you? Nothing gets past you. Let's go look at this.
Alright, follow us.
Okay.
What's your name?
Meldor. Good to meet you.
Meldor.
He takes a step outside, takes a step back inside, grabs a straw hat, and says, well, lead the way!
Yep, we lead the way.
Okay. Your small group reunites around the cart. Telos gives Rolly some scritches around the eye bulge, which Rolly seems to nuzzle into. Meldor jumps up into the cart pretty smoothly and begins moving the bolt and says, "Wow, this is quite a bit of raw material. I wonder how it was that you collected this much ore. Thank you for going ahead and smelting it for me. What a lucky find. You must have stumbled across a corundum vein or something."
Yes.
I'm glad we're all in agreement. So let's see. I'm estimating each of these... if I was purchasing this quantity of Dwemer ore from a supplier, then I would say each of these would go for about... I'd say 15 gold each. Which Telos looks at him and says, "Now, Meldor, I don't ship for you that often, but I think you and I both know that even without substantial processing, this is worth substantially more than 15 gold per brick." Meldor looks and nods and says, "Understandable. However, I do have a limited supply of septums on hand. I can't just purchase in bulk at more than that. Perhaps we could work out some kind of arrangement. Let's say 25 each. Or let's say 20 each. Which... Telos does look back at the quantity, and you can see numbers moving through his head. He nods and says, "It is a quantity that's difficult enough to sell." He looks to you and says, "Are you happy with the number?"
26. That's my last offer.
Meldor says,
I can't go higher than 22.
Deal. Wait, no, hold on. Throw in a plate armor, and you have a deal.
Well, here's the thing. I don't have.
You don't have the septums, but we were talking about the plate armor. So
We were talking about an arrangement in the first place. So if I'm already giving you, if we agree that the valuation of this is 3,300 septums, I only have 1,500 on hand. So the remaining 1,800, I'm going to offer you to purchase at price products that are manufactured inside of my business. How's that for a deal?
So 1,005.
So 1,500 coins to be split between
So 5. Yeah. Okay.
So-
Let's cut the recording.
yeah,
do the
because we got
math.
some math. Yeah.
Recording's back on. I got no gold, but I got myself plate armor.
Okay, so first of all, this is the armor set that Nilos buys for himself.
That looks too organic for me.
Yes, I figured.
You look like a beast.
Okay, and meanwhile, so he does have some options in full plate. There is a full plate set of steel.
It's a steal. I'll take it.
Okay. So yes, you're in a steel metal armor set. No bone mold or drow wax breastplate for you. Heard. Okay, cool. So you have made a small fortune already.
Well, not in gold, but in armor
Mm-hmm.
and friendships. I tell Tilos, we're gonna go back up there. We'll probably be getting more metals. Actually, I'm gonna want to take a 8-hour nap before we do that. But like, how about I give you the sending stone, right? And we'll call upon you if and when we have more stuff to transport from over there when we go back there in about 8 hours.
Well, Marianne's already most likely going to stay in town. Why don't we keep the sending stone with her, and she can contact our friend Telos here again?
Telos nods and says, I don't keep much with mages. Probably best to keep your artifacts among your friends.
Oh, so like, have her come back to hire him again. Sounds good to me.
Nilos looks at you and says,
I do want to let her know the extent of our good fortune.
Yeah, you go and do that. I'm gonna go to the Fighters Guild.
okay. So Nilos leaves you, heads towards the Lucky Lockup Inn, where
Lucky Lockup?
it's an inn. You've been there at least once.
But you pronounced it Laha.
Lock up.
Lockup. Oh, okay. Yeah, got it. I'm gonna go see Wayne and see how much he would ask for a pound for 11 pounds of raw beryllium.
Are you looking at a resource sheet or?
No, I'm just trying to see if I would get a better price off of him.
Okay. Yeah. So how do you bring it up to him?
Hey, how much could I sell you? Beryllium?
Beryllium. What's beryllium?
The Dwemer metal, the orange stuff.
We just call it Dwemer ore.
Dwemer ore.
We don't really know how it's manufactured. besides the fact that there is some quantity of corundum.
Corundum, that's the one. How much would you sell for unprocessed or you said it was like 11 pounds the bolts? Yeah.
11 pounds pure ore or still within the stone? Smelted or raw?
Ready for smelting, but not processed.
Understood. Well, in that case, assuming that it was a pure sample, depends on the quantity. But I would generally say somewhere between 25 and 30 silver a pound.
Silver?
Fractions. So 2 gold, 5 silver, and 3 gold a pound.
Okay. I can't tell if that's a better price or not, and that's like Simon trying to be like, what?
No, it always depends on how much you have.
Okay. Thank you. We might come back with some later.
Heard. Clearing out some Dwemer ruins?
No, there's only processed ore inside of the Dwemer ruins.
Right. Found a convenient mine?
Yep.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Yep.
Looks like you've had a pretty big upgrade in materials. I take it...
I know! It's...
looking good. But next time, just so you know, my armor is better than Meldor's.
Okay. I'll keep it in mind if the golems have recharged their attacks of pure ore, then I should be coming back with a lot of raw material for you.
Heard. But I'll pretend I didn't.
Alright, I'm gonna hit the hay for 8 hours.
You do that. Rest well.
Smelt well.
The number he quoted would have been like a third higher than what you got, but also he was quoting you by pound, and so you might not get that
like
whole amount.
Stock. Like the other dude was like buying a huge quantity in a single move, so like makes sense. Cool. Long rest.
Okay. Let's see. That's almost 2.
Suggestion. We end this episode here, but we play again later tonight.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because I do want to get further into this, but I'm feeling a little tired.
Sounds good. Star, I want to say that, like, you did see my build with the darkness, and you were like, I'm going to challenge Simon. And then immediately I was like, well, darkness is very useful, but it is not, like, the key to this fight.
Yeah.
Right? But then you were like, you fully adapted to my shenanigans.
Well, I was not so much anticipating you successfully winning a combat of a CR-12.
Yeah.
I was anticipating putting enough pressure on you to make it difficult while you were looking for the lever.
Yeah. I was like, I don't want to come out of a dangerous place under fire. And then you were like, the recharging ballista bolt. I'm like, that's a lot of metal. That's a lot of expensive metal. So like, like making a fortune on out of this complicated trap. I love that you're like you see my shenanigans and you're like, I guess it makes sense that you could make a profit off of that. Fine. That's my star, and my like I don't even know if you had like the airlock system already prepared or not, but like as soon as I was like, I should lure enemies into this very deadly contraption, you were like, yes, well, you'd have to fight against this enemy for 2 minutes inside of the airlock before you could do that. So very like either like
I'd already planned on that actually, because I thought that was a fun little trap idea. Like, it's absolutely not a trap.
Yeah.
It just looks like one.
Yeah. Like I was like, okay, nothing's crushing me right now, and it doesn't smell like gas.
It's just blowing warm air at you.
Gladius was like not like like, you know, like if the danger isn't obvious, like Gladius I don't think has been in a lot of dungeons and doesn't necessarily think in terms of traps, and seeing those contraptions outside, I'm like, yeah, they got like traps on legs. I don't see anything with legs here. Maybe fine. I'm gonna try to like drown any still living creatures while I'm here, and see if it does anything to the mechanisms and frees me. So yeah, like just too silly to be afraid of the trap is Gladius. Improving that NPC was also like great. Yeah, the like lovely session.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
My wish is for more traps that are
as profitable as that one.
yeah. My wish is for damn, I hope those robots do recharge the cannons on the outside of the dungeon.
So yeah, my star is definitely like, you know, you walked up to this thing that was supposed to be like basically like run through, take cover, like just make it, and instead you were just like probing every possible angle that you could find to see what like advantage you could do. And like it made me as a DM feel a little able to be like, wait, can minor illusion actually do that? What's the weight quantity on mage hand? Like being able to sort of play with that and like, you know, say no to things, but like encourage that creativity. And like I thought that was a really good like moment, even if this encounter took much longer than I expected to as a result, both in game and in table.
Yeah,
like
10 fucking minutes of of the duration of a whole darkness spell just to
But no, that was great. That was phenomenal. Just like testing like every different way that you could try to like trick the things and like play around with them.
Like getting them to shoot each other like was lovely. But then like I was also like, my second plan is to send a mage hand up there to get it to trip. So the more they believe that like silly illusions are being thrown around, the more likely it is that my mage hand can be successful. So like but like you didn't make it easy. Like I had to rely on my third option, and even then I had to be like, well, I'm gonna have to like shoot the little recharging spiders. But like it also 100% made sense that those things haven't run out of bolts in the however many years they've been guarding this place.
Many centuries.
So like you were like very adaptive, kept making sense.
Doing my best to keep the automated ballistas operating intelligently.
Yeah, like very much so. Yeah.
Wish. My wish is for you to actually enter the dungeon.
Yeah, I'm getting to it. I'm gonna see if I can, like, if there's anything I can pry off of the walls and sell in the airlock. But after that, the rest of the dungeon is next.
Yeah, good game.
Okay.